This father stopped a carjacker and saved his family's life because he had a gun. Hey, today we're going to look at a news story that is going around the internet right now of a carjacking that was stopped by a father who had a gun, and he obviously saved his family. If you don't know me yet, my name is Caleb Lee. I am the #1 best-selling author of Concealed Carry 101, and I'm also the founder of Patriot Training Center, where we teach live gun training courses in pistols, rifles, and shotguns to people for just like you who want to learn how to defend yourself and your family. So today we have a clip that I will play for you first, and then we'll look at things a little more in depth here to see how this happened.
66 and Derry Road. Police say the man had tried to steal several vehicles by force before trying this one. He was taken to a hospital and pronounced dead. Fox 4's David Sintendry has more from the investigation. David.
Well, a majority of family members were inside that vehicle as the carjacker tried to take off with it. The father of that family shot and killed the suspect, and it was all captured on video.
You could definitely tell that he was not in his right state of mind.
Surveillance video shows a man attacking and trying to carjack a family of 8 in Garland Sunday afternoon before the father shoots and kills him.
I'm just glad that the man was able to protect himself and his family.
Tatiana Starks manages Garland Smoke and Vape in a shopping center near Highway 66 and Derry Road.
We heard a loud crash.
Garland Police Department says the carjacker initially crashed into 2 other vehicles.
While we were responding to the scene, we received more information that the driver of that car had exited and immediately began physically trying to get into other vehicles in that parking lot.
Starks says she saw the man breaking into several vehicles at a gas station, so she took cell phone footage.
He tried to get in several different cars.
She stopped recording as the man began walking across the street toward her.
Did he make direct eye contact with you?
Yes, he was walking very intentionally.
The family of 8 unaware of what was happening and what was about to happen.
He ended up going into their car.
Video shows the carjacker in the peach shirt confronting the father in the white shirt. The father struggles with the suspect, who's trying to drive off with the family's car, with family members inside, including a baby. After nearly a minute of struggle, the carjacker, who's in the driver's seat, is shot by the father, who's outside the car near the passenger side door.
It seemed to be self-defense.
Police do not expect to file charges against the father.
It kind of all really happened really fast.
Starks, a witness to everything, just grateful we're talking about a story in which no victims were hurt.
It's just a blessing that the kids and the family walked away with no injuries.
So Garland Police Department is still working to identify that suspect who was shot and killed. So at this point in time, we don't know what sort of background this individual has, if there are any warrants out for his arrest, or if there's anything specific that he was trying to get away from after that initial crash. Heather and Steve.
All right, so David, do we know if that carjacker was armed?
Well, police say they did not recover any weapons on scene from that individual, just the weapon that was used to shoot and kill him. So no weapons found by police on that suspect. But again, they are adamant, as you can see in that video, that he was trying to use force to carjack.
All right, so at least it turns out that according to this news story and the reporters here, that, and hopefully you saw the police officer there, they feel like it was justified, and this guy will not be getting any charges. A couple things that stood out to me here. Number one, do you have a gun? So having a gun helped this father defend his family. Importantly, though, thinking about different strategies about what we could do if we were put in the same situation. This father had the time to go for the gun?
Road. Police say the man had,
and you can see he actually has it in his hand and confronts the guy that's walking towards the car.
tried to steal.
So first of all, if he had time to go for the gun, was there time to get away? Maybe the other car doors already appears open. You know, there could have been reasons why he was stuck in that parking lot and he couldn't just drive away right when he saw that there was danger. So of course, that's always a thing. But any fight that we avoid is a fight that we can win, right? So that's something that I took away here. And then the other thing, though, is do you have a plan for, like this instance where the father found out that just pointing a gun in the face of this guy did not have the intended effect that he wanted? So he pulled the gun out, he stuck it right in his face. He probably gave him a verbal challenge, told him get away, whatever it is, stop what you're doing. And the guy just walked right past him, did not care that a gun was being pointed in his face. So I think there's a lot of people that see their gun as a magic talisman. And, you know, if I pull this thing out and I wave it around, then I don't have to ever fire it, right? They're not even thinking like I'm pulling this gun out and to having to shoot it or shoot somebody. Just I'm using it to intimidate somebody or something. There are some people, again, we don't know the circumstances with the bad guy here, the assailant, the criminal. They're saying everything's still being investigated. Thankfully, he didn't have a weapon, it sounds like, but you never know what type of mind state that people are in. It doesn't have to be drugs. It could just be somebody that's not impressed with having a gun pointed at them. Many criminals are lifelong criminals. They're repeat offenders, so they've had guns pointed at them. They've been shot in many cases. They've been to prison. They've been out of prison, that type of thing, right? So maybe your gun just doesn't scare them. So do you have a plan for what to do if your gun doesn't scare them? So we are going to pull up another clip here. The news story cuts it off right when the shooting starts. So we'll take a look at that real quick. Right here, obviously, we see where the struggle was, but from a different angle, somebody else's cell phone. And of course, we have to listen to the people that are filming it as well. But you can see the father there. He's over top of actually a criminal there trying to restrain him, I guess, from taking the car. And I think at this point, I'm not sure. It looks like all the rest of the family members are out of the car, judging by the back seat. You can see through there. It looks pretty empty. Right there, you can see the family start to walk away.
No, don't do it! Don't do it! Don't do it!
So then we can see him go to the other side of the car. So again, that's where the other clip stopped, obviously. But as soon as the father got out from the passenger or from the driver's side, and then he went around to the passenger side, and that's where he shot the bad guy. So yeah, just a couple things that stood out to me. Number one, it's great that this guy had a gun, that he was able to protect his family. It was great that he had a good outcome to none of his other family members were hurt. But that's something to think about, right? I think this guy's whole plan was when he stuck the gun in the face of this guy, he expected the guy to comply, and that's not what happened. So we see that the bad guy is walking up here. At some point, the father notices him, grabs the gun, gets out of the car and has the gun in his hands, shoves it right in the guy's face, and the guy just completely ignores him and walks by. And you can kind of see it, that must have startled the good guy with the gun, because he kind of just, there's no physical contact, and he didn't try to put his body in between. He just kind of like sidestepped and let the guy walk past him with the gun, as it, because he still had the gun out in his face, and he's thinking, the longer I hold this here, this guy doesn't get the point. He's going to start reacting to this, right? And it's just kind of like a processing loop. I think that was going on right there, right? So he put the gun in the guy's face, and it did not have the intended effect that he wanted. So if that is your plan, and then he's got to change strategies now. He's got one hand on the guy, and he's got the other hand on the gun, and he hasn't made the decision to shoot the guy yet, but now he's trying to fight him with just one hand. So really having an idea why you're pulling the gun, having a strategy for why you would be pointing it at somebody, that is, we're not pointing guns at people unless we're intending to shoot them, right? So, do you have a strategy for that? Or is your plan like this, to just point a gun at somebody and hope that they comply, right? So that may not happen, as we saw happen in this case right here. This is another thing where I talk to people about, we talk about open carry on this channel as well. Some people feel that it's a deterrent. If they see you carrying a gun, then they'll be less likely to commit a crime. Again, some criminals are simply just not impressed by the fact that you have a gun. They've seen plenty of guns, they've had them pointed at them, and it just doesn't intimidate them. So that's something to keep in mind. But in any event, none of this, again, and anytime we break down these videos, is to say anything bad about the people that took action and saved lives. Bravo to them. Bravo to the police department here. It sounds like this is going to be, not investigated, and he's going to get the justice that he deserves. Just what can we learn from these situations, and putting yourself in the same situation and thinking about how you would deal with that type of situation. A full car full of your family, that's a really hard situation to deal with. You have to make sure that everybody's safe, and you definitely don't want to have any missed shots, any unintended hits on innocent people, family members, that type of thing. So just glad that this worked out for everybody, and let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. And as always, if you are looking for good pistol training that could give you these subconscious skills and help you think through these situations and come up with a plan of action for yourself, if you're ever in that type of situation, come visit us at patriottrainingcenter.com, and I will see you in the next video.